Gaming has evolved into something far beyond just entertainment. It's immersive, emotional, and in many cases competitive. With every new generation of hardware and software, we're seeing significant leaps in graphics, AI, and performance. But there's another part of the experience that often flies under the radar: audio. And not just any audio, positional, spatial, cinematic sound. That's where Dolby Atmos comes in. You've probably seen the Dolby Atmos logo pop up in games, on your headphones, or maybe your soundbar setup. It sounds premium, right? But what is it actually doing for you when you're playing your favorite titles? And more importantly, does it actually make you a better gamer, or is it just high-end fluff? Let's dig into that. At its core, Dolby Atmos is a form of 3D audio. Traditional surround sound systems work on fixed channels. Imagine a 5.1 setup. There's front left, front right, center, surround left, surround right, and the subwoofer. Sounds are assigned to these channels to create a sense of immersion. It works well, but it's still limited. For instance, you can hear that something is happening behind you, but pinpointing whether it's directly above or slightly to the left and higher up, that's where surround sound starts to fall short. Dolby Atmos changes the rules by turning audio into objects. Instead of locking a gunshot or a voice to a channel, Atmos allows sound designers to place it anywhere in a 3D space. These sound objects move freely in all directions, up, down, forward, backward, diagonally, wherever the game engine wants them to go. The result? You don't just hear that someone's behind you. You hear exactly where they are, like they're crouched 2 feet above and to the right, just behind a wall. In fast-paced shooters, horror games, or large open-world environments, that kind of detail changes how you play. Suddenly, your ears are just as important as your eyes. But Atmos isn't just about pinpoint accuracy. It's also about scale and depth. Think about a thunderstorm rolling in during a campaign mission. With standard audio, you might hear some low rumbles around you. But with Dolby Atmos, you feel enveloped by the storm. The raindrops fall around you with spatial realism. Thunder cracks high above, and the wind whooshes past you like it's alive. That sense of verticality and movement elevates the experience from just hearing the environment to feeling like you're in it. Now, let's talk about implementation. Not every game supports Dolby Atmos natively, but the list is growing fast. Titles like Call of Duty Warzone, Battlefield 2042, Cyberpunk 2077, Halo Infinite, Gears 5, and Microsoft Flight Simulator all make powerful use of it. In these games, Atmos enhances both immersion and awareness. It's not just a cool gimmick, it can give you a tactical edge. For example, in a competitive FPS like Warzone, knowing exactly where a footstep came from could be the difference between winning and losing a fight. If a player drops in from above and lands on a nearby rooftop, the spatial accuracy of Atmos helps you react quicker. You know where they are, not just vaguely that they're somewhere behind. And when milliseconds count, that matters. But there's a catch. Not all headphones or setups will make Atmos shine. You need compatible gear, whether that's headphones certified for Atmos or a setup that supports virtual surround on PC or console. Even though Atmos works through regular stereo headphones using software-based virtualization, the quality can vary. Some people find a dramatic improvement, others not so much. It depends on the game, your gear, and how well your system processes spatial audio. Then there's the licensing side. On Xbox Series X and S and some Windows PCs, Dolby Atmos is supported natively. However, on Windows, you might have to pay for the Dolby Access app to unlock full functionality. It's a one-time fee, but it's something to be aware of if you're expecting plug-and-play performance. There's also the question of how Atmos compares to other spatial audio solutions. Microsoft has its own offering called Windows Sonic for headphones. PlayStation uses Tempest 3D audio tech, particularly on the PS5. And third-party platforms like DTS:X offer similar virtual surround experiences. Atmos tends to edge out most of them in terms of vertical positioning and dynamic object placement, but it's not always a night-and-day difference. The quality of the implementation matters just as much as the technology behind it. So, does Dolby Atmos make you a better gamer? Well, kind of. If you're playing titles that support it properly and you have the right audio gear, Atmos can absolutely enhance your spatial awareness. It gives you a deeper, more precise understanding of your in-game surroundings, which can translate to faster reaction times and better tactical decisions. For competitive players, that's a real edge. For casual or single-player gamers, Atmos offers something a bit different: immersion. It pulls you into the world more completely. Explosions feel like they erupt around you. Voices echo in catacombs with eerie realism. Environmental effects like wind, rain, and debris become characters in their own right. It deepens your emotional connection to the world the developers worked so hard to build. Still, it's not a magic fix. It won't compensate for bad aim or poor decision-making. And not every game uses it well. In some cases, enabling Atmos may not sound dramatically better than a good stereo or 7.1 setup, especially if the source mix wasn't designed with Atmos in mind. So here's the verdict. Dolby Atmos isn't just a buzzword. When done right, it truly enhances both the tactical and emotional sides of gaming. It gives competitive players a sharper sense of space and movement. It gives narrative-driven gamers a deeper level of immersion. It doesn't replace skill, but it does sharpen your tools. If you're serious about your gaming experience, it's absolutely worth trying, especially as more titles begin to embrace Atmos as part of their design philosophy. Whether you're gaming with a high-end home theater system or a pair of Atmos-enabled headphones, this technology is a step toward audio that feels just as next-gen as the graphics we see on screen. So is Dolby Atmos for gaming a game changer? For many players, it already is, and for the rest, it's just a matter of time.